Hello everybody, this is Zezzy from Future again, and in this video I'm doing another time a devlog. These last few days have been very full of things happening. I've traveled, I'm visiting my parents right now, so it's really hard to get a free time to record something and say something. And I even got to visit my grandparents, which made things even worse, because now I had two more people who were around me all the time. And I don't live, my country doesn't speak English, so it's kind of, I'm not gonna start speaking English in the middle of a lot of people who doesn't, so I wait for things to chill down a bit, so now I'm recording this. And I think that's the reason why the theme of this video is gonna be being forced into adaptation. I think I had to change a lot of things for me to be able to keep doing this project right now. I had to rebuild my setup. I had to do all the new rooms without the old ones because I didn't import them. I should have, but I didn't. I'm kind of regretting this right now, but I'm trying to move past it, and I made some nice progress during this time. I made a lot of rooms, and the first very thing I did was to forget to record the first 7 hours of a room. So that's why when you see this first room might not be there anymore, I'm not seeing it, might be over already like it's already almost finished when you see me starting this room. It's because I fucking lost the recording, but I didn't lose because I lost files. I'm gonna get to that later because this actually happened, but I actually recorded it in the wrong format and it was not MP4, so I didn't know how to convert that, and I eventually just said, alright, fuck this, I'm gonna give up. But for the sake of the video not being too short, I'm just gonna make a few more rooms to add up. And that's when even worse things happen, because as I was making a 6 camera room, I might be showing it right now, I don't know. I tried to transfer it to a notebook because I was using the computer with other people, and it was kind of like everybody wants to use the computer at the same time, so we were kind of fighting each other to use it, and it was very chaotic, very chaotic. I had to take breaks every time because every time something was happening, either I had to work with the animals to make sure they were not fighting each other, or I had to go and help my little siblings to do their not my siblings, my cousins, sorry. I had to go there and make sure they're fine. I know visiting family is something that I kind of like to do. Of course I love my family, but oh my god, it takes so much time to get things together, and this time it was not different at all. So yeah, I think regarding this topic, being first into adapting is something that I think it's really necessary if you want to keep doing something, if you want to keep surviving, because I think surviving is like essential thing for surviving overall. People who don't adapt, they don't tend to be able to face new problems, to be able to solve new issues. I think that's what just happened to me a lot of times. I lost files of my rooms. I need to make them 2 times at least. I had a lot of problems recording, changing computers every time because I don't have my computer right now. My plan was to just wait until I got back to my home to record this, but I think I'm gonna do this earlier because I still have more rooms I want to finish, and I don't want to just... Alright, here we go guys, to 1 hour video of me making 20 rooms, 100 cameras, region is finished, you get to play it now, have fun. No, I prefer to make this very smoothly. The fact that I sent 3 rooms in a single video kind of just shows how busy I was to even have break to record something. I was totally not able to. I also don't have my editor here. I'm trying to get it to this computer right now so I can edit. That's kind of obvious, but anyways, I've been a long ride these last few days, and I wish you all New Year's. Yay! Yeah, I spent whole New Year's just editing. I was kind of focused just a little bit, and I actually ended up making one of I think one of the best aesthetic rooms I ever made. I'm very proud of that. and I'm getting excited to keep doing this project. This is Devlog 2, I believe, and I'm very proud of myself for making so much progress even in so many bad conditions. And I'm really happy because I think now things are starting to chill down a little bit. I'm back to my parents' house. I'm gonna stay here for a while, and I might be able to produce a few more rooms. Maybe, I don't know, maybe have like 10 or so before I go back home. Well, let's hope for the best, I guess. Anyways, that was the video. I think I can see the timer of this video because OBS is not helping me at all. Okay, so this is a 5 minutes video, never mind. This is not the end of the video. Forget what I said. Okay, so going back into the adaptation thing. It's kind of rough. You know, it's just a situation that is presented to you. You have to solve it, or it's not something that is viable to avoid, and if you do so, you know there's gonna be a heavy downsides for you. You're gonna have bad things happening if you don't do that thing. That's the meaning of being forced. You need to do something. You don't have much of an option. You might be free to choose, but you know what, like, it's a really one-sided choice. You know that one is obviously the one you want, and I think this is kind of what happened to me. I kind of had the chance to it's my vacations. I'm just gonna spend my whole vacations doing nothing, and I'm just gonna play Rain World. I get one more 1,000 hours on it. You know, it's gonna be pretty big chilling, but I don't want to stop my region because it's been on the oven for almost 2 months before that. The fact is, I made almost no progress. I'm a very inexperienced editor. That's how they call people who make rooms. So I started very slowly, baby steps. I started with a 4 camera room because I like big rooms. I still like them, and it ended up being one of my favorite rooms, but it was so bad for gameplay wise. It's hard to see poles, it's hard to see parkour in general. The mechanic of that room is also not very cool. It's kind of yeah, it's there, you know. You can go through the room and you can go back if you want, but it's just not that intuitive at all. You need to do so much stuff. I don't think it's worth for anybody who tries to do that. So for anyone that think that changing is something that is kinda hard, it indeed is, but choosing to change, I think, is the biggest step you can take, because I think that was something that I was thinking when I decided that I wanted to start editing. I always seen that and I said, oh my god, this looks so hard. People who do this, they are always talking, they are always solving each other's doubts. There's so many things that can go wrong, and as you continue to edit, you figure out there's even more things that can go wrong. These things become more simple, but they also become more complex because you start learning the steps, but you start learning there are more steps for the steps you're trying to do, and this starts making a snowball of things. But it becomes way more manageable. It's a snowball that you can manage to what direction you want to go. So you kind of get control over that, which is kind of good. But yeah, it's always the start that is the most scary part. I've seen people who were asking if they should let it or not because they were afraid of start doing this. It looks hard, and I don't think editing should be something hard. I think it's like, you can do something that you just like, something that you just think is fun overall, and I think that's kind of magic in some ways. You just do something you think is for fun. I think creating a mod overall is experience you should do for fun. So I understand being afraid of doing that, but if you don't need to try to compare yourself. You don't need to try to start doing the best work you can ever think of. You should just try to start doing the region you want to play. I made that for myself. That's why the parkour is so bad, but the general visual of the first room, it's kind of nice. So I think at least I filled one of the gaps that I need, And as I'm doing this right now, I'm trying new things, I'm discovering new things. I'm been editing for a few months and I'm still learning new editors, I'm still learning new techniques, and I think my overall experience has been improving a lot recently. That's something really good. I've been adapting, and those have been really good results recently. I wanted to end the video right here because it kind of feels appropriate, but I've made a lot of recordings in this meantime. I don't know, I should let this video keep going like for 5 or maybe even 10 minutes without me saying anything at all to you all. So I think it would be I would end the video in a bad tone if I say that adapting and choosing to change is important, and then I just don't do something out of because I don't want to change the format of the previous video. I think I'm gonna try to just tell something about my process and how it changed according to the few months I've been editing. Well, I think it just started with something ambitious. My first step, my first objective was to just make a custom Slacket. It was pretty popular at the time. I think it's still kind of popular right now, and there's a lot of people making amazing Slackets. I have my own concept, I have my own idea, my own lore. I was even doing some comics for my Slacket, but eventually I kind of just lost the will to do that because it was taking too much time and probably was gonna get no recognition at all. So I ended up changing my plans, and then I started to do some editing, because one of the things I wanted to my Slacket was for it to have its own region. And the region itself has changed a lot as well over the months I've been working on it. For example, the name of the region for almost its entire life was the Frontier, because it was supposed to be a region where you leave 5 pebbles, you go away from it. A lot like Outer Expansion in some ways, but instead of just going to the middle of nowhere, you're not just leaving 5 pebbles, you're not just going to the forest like Outer Expanse, but you're rather going somewhere else, you're rather going to another building. And that was the main idea for this region. I wanted to make it windy and stuff on some parts, on some more places with high ground. That eventually came out to be not as easy as I thought, and definitely not worth trying so much. So I need to learn. I still need to learn a lot of things, and the region is about to get a new name when I find something that I feel it feels like it should be. I've been making descriptions for my region because I just realized that I have been working on it for like 2 months already, and I never had how can I describe my region? What is it about? What is its idea? I always had the idea of what it's supposed to try to represent. It's supposed to be a conflict between technology and religion, between the ancients. Like a way to tell that maybe not all the ancients were happy about leaving their old rituals to adapt to their new technology. Mostly like in real life, people just don't like leaving their old ways behind, and eventually all the iterators just died because they keep doing their very same thing. That was not I was not trying to catch this with the theme of this video, but I think it kind of matches, like people who just don't want to change. So this region is kind of about this message, where it's a place where both technology and religion coexist after so many years of one fighting each other. Now there's nobody to fight, and it's all just the leftovers of maybe a great war, maybe just a place that was once made to be adoration to the void. Now it is just industry made full of pipes to pump the void fluid to the iterators. There's so much lore I still need to develop for this place, so many things that I need to adapt, but I think having the general idea, having the north to where I want to go, I think it makes things a lot easier to just manage overall, makes all the effort way more easy to do in just the grand scheme of things, because just walking around with no art, just making a region by making, it's something that I kind of started doing because it was just alright, I'm gonna make the region because I have a slicket I want to make and it needs a region to explore, so it's gonna be fun and all. Then I started, okay, this region has been taking a while, I'm enjoying making this, I think I should just focus on this region, not on the slicket itself. And things just kind of started working, just started kind of clicking. I tried once to make a map, use a Google spreadsheet to make all the rooms, all their connections, all the places everything should go, but eventually I kind of just stopped doing it, not because I'm lazy, but because I think I'm lazy. No, I think I'm lazy actually. I think that's the reason. Yeah, I just stopped doing that, but also I don't feel like I need it anymore. Every time I'm making the next room, I always think, okay, what is this trying to go to? What is this trying to show people? Is this supposed to be a transition room? Is this supposed to take you somewhere else? What is people trying to get when they go through this path? I want to try to give people rewards for like most of the path they decide to take. Like if you want to go down, there's gonna be something over there. You go down, right, left, right, up, right. Everywhere you go, I want to try to give somebody a kind of a reward for just trying to go there. It's quite an ambitious project, and I fully know that, but I think when you have so much patience for something, you don't want to just make something that is just I don't know, something just so short. I think taking my time and appreciate doing what I'm doing right now is the best I can do for myself and for people who are going to play my region in the future, making sure that everything I made is made fully with love, is made fully with learning and a lot of passion behind it. People have been helping me as well. I have so many people to think about, because doing a region alone, I think I would eventually start to feel alone, and this will surely make me feel less inspired to keep doing this. But having somebody to fucking compose music for my region is just so insane, and have friends that are helping me constantly to get my things together, to help my shit to not float around, spread my ideas with no coordination. I get people who help me in servers as well, people who are always giving me tips on how do I fix this glitch, why is this room crashing, why is such thing happening, why is this texture glitched. It's always so helpful to have people around you to keep making you move forward. I think in kind of a retrospect, when people don't feel like they should start doing, it's always good to make sure that there's people there that can help you, there's people there that can support you when you're feeling like you can't do anything. This kind of inspires me a little bit to try learn coding, or at least try to mod Ringworld in general. I don't want to be an expert at coding, but for me the main issue is that I'm not very experienced with code, and I know editing and coding are totally different worlds. Coding is supposed to be way harder, and I'm kind of scared to try that. But as I've been talking in this whole video, being scared of something it's normal, and it's probably the biggest step somebody can do is decide that they will try at the very least. I tried to make one room, and well, now I'm making a whole region. Yeah, you say that's not something. So maybe if I try to code one line, maybe eventually I'll be coding a whole mod. Who knows? If somebody wants to help, or if you're interested in doing something, I'm currently just trying to get somebody who knows about coding to help me to put new things in my region, give people who are exploring some new things to discover, some new things to find out, not just the general aesthetic of the places. I like a lot that, but I also want them to feel like exploring also new mechanics, new creatures, and yeah, that's something that's really gets me excited to keep going. Maybe I'll try to find somebody. If I don't find anybody, I'll try to learn coding for myself. So I might have to do most of the work by myself, but this is not a problem because this will be lying. I'm not doing most of the work by myself. I'm doing the editing only. There's so many people helping me. It's insane. Not like really, really insane. I've been talking a lot in this video that how making a region is something cool and stressful at the beginning. I don't know if there's enough incentivization to help to make somebody start doing their own if they want to. So I think if you have an idea, you want to try this idea, you want to see if people like it as well. Trying out is not gonna hurt. You might learn something new, and you might learn something you like or something you don't like. I by luck learned something I like a lot doing, and by consequence I also meet a lot of people that I like a lot and help me, and this is very, very nice. It's a project that it keeps growing on me, and hopefully it's gonna be released. Well, if everything goes right, I might be releasing a demo by the end of the month, I believe. I think by February I'll be releasing. It's gonna be at least, let me think, at least 50 cameras. I think so. For now I have 20 or so, and just in 3 days I got 10 cameras. I think I can keep. If I can keep pumping those numbers, I might be able to deliver something really nice. Well, I'm not sure if this is the right time to end the video. I know I have so much recording to put in here. So just in case this video keeps going even after this, I just want to say that if you look at these images and if you like you see this, even you can take something out from inspiration for something you want to do. If you see this and you think you can get excited for what about come, I thank you a lot, because I'm making this video more more than anything just to keep going, keep making this. But if people also feel good about that, if they also feel incentivized, feel inspired by that, I think I'm very glad for doing this. It is way more than I'm trying to achieve here. This, once again, is more like a diary, is more just me spilling what I'm thinking about this process. And I think these days are just a proof that even with so many challenges, even with so many diversities coming to you, there's ways around something. There is choices you can make to keep making the best of you, to keep pushing forward. You know, there's options besides giving up, besides just living in front of the challenge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start learning how to code eventually, but this is gonna be for another video. For now, I hope you enjoy the background, me just making this region, and I love you all. Sorry, this sounds so fake. I really love you all. Bye.